Hey, welcome back, folks. Happy Friday. Hope you're enjoying it. I am. This is Mike Crawford filling in for Grace Curley on the Grace Curley Show. We just had a great guest, the cousin of Frances Gigalotti. One thing she wanted to say before we wrapped it up, I ran out of time a little bit there. She did want to shout out JFK Show Off for covering this a lot on his show on YouTube. So if you want more information, you can check him out. He's been covering the Frances Gigalotti situation up in Haverhill, Massachusetts. They also have a Facebook group. Definitely check that out and join the Facebook group, Justice for Giga. It's Giga. Find that right on Facebook. Join that group. There's also another Facebook group we're going to be promoting right now. It's for Kelsey Fitzsimmons. She is the North Andover police officer that was shot by another police officer. It's getting interesting up in North Andover. Again, this is another Essex County DA situation. We've got one of her family advocates, one of the people that run that Facebook group, does a lot of journalism as well. His name is Gatorboy. He is on the phone. Gatorboy, how you doing today?
Good. How are you doing, Mike?
Excellent. Great to have you here on the Grace Curley Show. Gatorboy, tell us what's going on.
Pleasure.
Because there's a lot happening with Kelsey Fitzsimmons. And this story has really blown up, especially on social media the last week or two. But ever since that hearing with the judge going crazy and really acting out of line, what is the latest on Kelsey Fitzsimmons today?
So I would say the latest is, unfortunately, the SJC denied the motion, which we were all hoping went Kelsey's way, but unfortunately it did not. Can't really bash the SJC too much, but it is what it is. And, honestly, they're just trying to look to get her home. What's the next step? We don't really know. I know the defense is not going to leave any stone unturned, and they're just going to keep fighting until hopefully she's out, She's pretty much beaten every obstacle in her way up until that event. Her firearms were returned to her. Then, everything seemed to be going, as planned. Like, even if her and Justin were, planning a breakup at any point, or even like they should have talked about it like two people. None of this should have ever transpired what transpired that night of June 30th. So I'm just hoping for the best moving forward,
Definitely. And this Essex County DA is under some heat for the Gigalotti situation, but also people are kind of looking at them sideways for the way they handle the Kelsey Fitzsimmons situation as well. With this SJC filing, where they were really opposing letting her out on bail, which is a lot of us are shaking our heads on this. What do you think about the Essex County DA's office and the way they're handling this prosecution of Kelsey Fitzsimmons?
My opinion is they're not doing a good job. This isn't even an alcohol related case. Why they want to torture a young mother in pain with a doctor's note is beyond me. Why are they doing this to her? There has to be something. I haven't figured out what. I'm pretty sure it's going to come out, but there has to be something going on behind the scenes of that DA's office. This shouldn't even be in the Superior Court, if you ask me. It should have been held. The charge that she was originally charged with was the attempted murder of Officer Noonan. I don't even think I have enough time to get into him, but that is no longer a thing. The grand jury that can indict a ham and cheese sandwich saw through the facts, and they chose not to indict it. That speaks volumes, and that should also speak. If I'm guessing, this is a case where the outcome with very minimal record could be probation. Why are we punishing a girl for being in pain? A mom
who just had a baby. I know. It's funny too, because
really troubling.
Because this says a lot of people are saying this is a he said, she said between Officer Noonan and Kelsey Fitzsimmons on what actually happened in that room. Unfortunately, they didn't have body cameras, and I think that has to fall on the North Andover police chief, who's had 2 lawsuits filed against him in the last couple of years from female police officers. and they didn't have body cameras, and that's a big issue here because it's a he said, she said, and obviously that grand jury didn't really find his testimony credible enough, because if they did, she would have been indicted on that attempted murder, and she was not, as you mentioned. What do you think about the North Andover Police Department? Because I'm hearing a lot of things. She and her partner showed up at a really sad situation, domestic situation with a mom and a child that were deceased. And it seems like she got no support. And then all of a sudden, this situation happens with the same two police officers. What do you think about the North Andover police chief right now? Should he be under heat? Should he be looking to resign and go on leave like we're seeing in Haverhill?
In my opinion, absolutely. He should absolutely think about resigning. Look at what that Haverhill chief just did. It was a crisis, and this was also a crisis. That North Andover police chief should absolutely think about resigning, in my opinion.
And I noticed you were talking possibly about doing a standout tomorrow. Is that correct? Is that happening tomorrow, or is that another time?
So I have been posting about one outside the North Andover Police Department tomorrow at 10 o'clock. It has been getting a lot of attention with a lot of those Purple Hearts. So I'm hoping, a lot of people show up and really support a good fight, because this young mother is in jail for absolutely being no reason and being in pain, and it's just inhumane what's going on. And so I fully support anyone who could go tomorrow at 10 o'clock, and that would just be great. Are
you planning on being there, Gatorboy?
I am not, unfortunately.
Okay. So 10 a.m. tomorrow outside the North Andover Police Department. Some people might do a standout for Kelsey Fitzsimmons. How can people at home help or support Kelsey if they wish to do so?
So I have there's obviously her Give, Send, Go, which is on her Facebook group. She has two separate Facebook groups. Make sure you click on the official one. It says official after the Justice for Kelsey Fitzsimmons, and her Give, Send, Go is featured. I also have a website where I'm donating all the profits. I have her merchandise up on my website. It's www.gatorboynews.com, and all the profits go to her off her merchandise sales as well.
Excellent. And a lot of people have been raising money for her. Anyone you want to shout out that's really showing support for Kelsey, maybe with their platforms or media coverage, or just supporting her a lot right now?
Obviously, the great attorney Melanie Little, she's done awesome coverage on this. Also, yourself with the young Jurks, maybe possibly the old Jurks coming up. That's a big shout out. You guys have been doing a lot for her. And those are the two that I've really been paying attention to the most right now. So those are the two that come right to mind as you asked. So
excellent. And I know that Kelsey has kind of been watching some of the Facebook group and some of the shows. She was watching Mazza Media the other night. He was doing a fundraiser for her as well.
Yeah, he did an awesome show the other night. I completely spaced that. He raised a lot of money for Kelsey, and it's going to be needed. She's got a long fight, and I plan on sticking with her through this whole family court, which I don't like to ever get involved with domestic. This kind of just landed on my lap due to how Justin's actions after the fact of like Kelsey ending in jail, what the motions he's filed. It's just sickening. And she's going to need the donations. She's going to need the support. She's going to need all the merchandise profits. It's going to be an expensive road for her, but I truly think she's going to get through it.
Thank you so much, Gatorboy. Another quick question, because you just mentioned probate family court. There's a hearing coming up on October 23rd. I've spoken to the parents of Kelsey, and they're the grandparents of this baby, and they've had no access as grandparents to the baby. What's going on October 23rd? And you've mentioned Justin's name. He is the boyfriend. He was the fiance of Kelsey Fitzsimmons. What is actually happening on October 23rd at Essex Probate Family Court?
So it's another sick move. He's trying to get 18 years of child support up front for something that hasn't even been ruled on. He's putting a lien on her house to get all the profits to cover the 18 years of child support, which I've never even heard of. I didn't even think that was a thing. Like, how can you get 18 years of child support before anything's been heard? She has not had her side heard. If you check the court doc, it's not in there yet. It's going to come, and once everything comes out, it's going to paint a clear picture of who's doing what, and I think a lot of people's jaws are going to drop, because once her side comes out, I have a strong feeling this case is going to take a 360 in family court. So what I think about Justin and what he's doing with the motions on the 23rd, it's sick. It's just sick, and way to knock a girl when she's down the most. I have no words for him.
It seems very strange to be asking for all that money when she isn't behind on any money. You know what I'm saying? They haven't even established any of that, and he's asking for all this money. October 23rd, I expect to see a lot of people there at the family court. There's also a criminal hearing November 25th, Superior Court, Essex Superior Court. People can check that out. It's Justice for Kelsey Fitzsimmons, the official group. It has all the court documents. The family is there. The legal team is part of that Facebook group. I hope people join it. I want to thank you so much, Gatorboy. Any last final thoughts real quick before we let you go?
Yep. I know the mother, she really wants Kelsey home where she belongs, not in jail, not suffering in pain, and she really wants to be able to see her grandchild. And I don't see why they are keeping the grandchild away from the grandparents. He can say all he wants about Kelsey, but what have the grandparents done? There's nothing against them. Why is he keeping this baby away from the mother, the grandparents, everyone involved? It's just very troubling, and they really want her home as soon as possible. Let's
hope it happens. I feel bad for that baby too.
It does.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it's sooner than later. I don't know what the next steps are. Hopefully, I don't know if she's feeling a little better, and maybe blow into the scram device, even though the poor mother's going to be in pain, and it's a horrible spot to be in for her.
Well, let's hope some justice comes for Kelsey and her baby and her family real soon. I want to thank you again so much, Gatorboy, for being here. Well, if everyone wants to follow you, Justice for Kelsey Fitzsimmons, the official group. You also have a website where they can get merchandise. Can you say that again?
Yes, it's www.gatorboynews.com.
Thank you so much, GatorboyNews.com. Thank you so much for being here, Gatorboy. We'll catch up with you on the Facebook group and talk to you real soon. Thank you.
Absolutely. Take care.
This is the Grace Curley Show, and this is Mike Crawford, who will be taking maybe some phone calls if you want to call a little bit later. 844-500-4242 is the phone number, or the text line 617-213-1066. Next break, we'll have an opening. If you want to call in and you got something you want to give any feedback on Francis Gigalotti, Haverhill, North Andover Police, what we just talked about, justice for Kelsey Fitzsimmons, anything. It's all on the table. You can call or text. This is Mike Crawford. This is the Grace Curley Show.